My name is Sam Bassett. I'm a full-time photographer from the UK, and we're currently here in Germany shooting a project with the FUJIFILM GFX100RF. Growing up, my parents always took photos, especially my mum. She had this film camera which was really old, even for when I was young, and I used to run around all the time taking photos. And then my dad, he was always a big motorsport fan. When we were growing up, we actually had an old Mini that my dad loved, and throughout the winter he would store the Mini in the extension of the house. I'd say both of those upbringings, the creative photography side from my mum and my dad with the automotive, they're good memories because those two things were kind of my childhood. I used to do karting and I used to go to races and stuff like that, but I knew that I could never be a racing driver because it wasn't possible for me. But I always wanted to be in the industry somehow. The hook with automotive photography was when the second I had a passenger ride in the car and realised that I don't have to be buying these beautiful cars. I could borrow them or I could use them and still get the same experience, and at the same time I get to shoot them and do what I love. To describe my photography style and my way of working is just trying to be as efficient as possible, because I'm just excited to see the project and the passion come to life. And for me, less is more. If you just give me, one camera, one lens, I'm happy with that. I can make something happen. This camera is an example of that. No bag, no hassle, no stress. That's perfect for me. One of the reasons I wanted to shoot in the German mountains was because I wanted to depict the older car around something that's one of the oldest things in the world, which is the trees, the beautiful forests of Germany. Going straight. Up able. Are you able to leave the lights on, do you think? There we go, there we go. I'll be quick because I don't want the battery to die. Sweet. It's nice for the lean lines. So typically what I do when I get a car in a location, I'll do a 360 and then see how I can make those shots a little bit more dynamic. So I can turn the ND on, and then it means I can open up the shutter for a longer period of time. As the shutter goes off, I'm going to move the camera to make it intentional. So like this, and kind of like that. So it's creating that internal motion on the shot just to give it something a little bit different. It actually looks really nice up here. Gives a nice perspective of the environment. It's super nice because the black kind of contrasts with the green. So you've got all the green in front of me here, and then the background you have the trees. And then you've got a beautiful classic car just relaxing in the middle of the woods. Okay, so we're using these trees here, these small little trees, as depth in the foreground to kind of lead my line into the front of the Porsche. The autofocus is actually so good, it's picking up the car, like it's drawing a box around the car. I think that's one of the things that surprised me about this camera actually, is how good the autofocus is. Wow. The objective of this shoot was to get two sports cars side by side, one old and one new. I wanted to go down in that direction of old and new because of the GFX100RF. There's a lot about it that feels vintage, but at the same time it's not. It's got a medium format sensor, it's got a lot of new tech, the autofocus is really good, really quick, and when you pick it up, it has that same nostalgia about it when I was shooting when I was younger with my mum's old film camera. So it feels very similar to that, but at the same time, the quality of the images that are coming out is incredible. Yeah, just go forwards a bit. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Yep, that's good. It's so cool. It's actually quite a good indication of how big cars have got. Nice. I'm going to shoot kind of just over the front wing, facing towards the new one, and then I'll do the same. The new Porsche is kind of like a frame to frame the old Porsche slightly. And then towards the end of the day, the clouds came in, it got a bit darker, and even though it's such a small compact camera, you're able to lean on ISO or open up that shutter for a bit longer. Even though there's no IBIS in the camera, it seemed really stable. There was no camera shake, and even with some of the tracking shots we got when I was harnessed up in the back of the car and I was shooting 15th of a second, all of the shots so far have come out super clean and in focus. Even though there's no IBIS, I'm able to keep it steady. So this way, I think my impressions on the GFX100RF is that I actually thought when I first saw it, I thought it was going to be quite heavy, but it's not. It's actually super light. It's really nice in the hand. The ergonomics are super nice because it's got this nice little grip on the side. You just pick it up and go. So the reason I like to get elevation for car photography is it gives a totally different perspective, which shows you more of the lines of the car, the details and the design. And I just think it's a really unique perspective to have, especially when you're getting different types of shots of cars. I would say the features that have stood out for me is the ability to crop internally. You can punch in using just the toggle on the front. So you can walk around the car, get multiple different angles, multiple different frames, and you get hundreds of different compositions just from one camera body. I think this camera is for people in a similar position as me that travel a lot, but I don't have to carry such a big camera bag all the time. I can just take this, maybe one bag, jump on a plane and go and get all my stuff. In terms of usability and being able to take something so small with such a big sensor and be able to go and do projects on quite a big scale, but with something you can trust in such a small portion is invaluable.